Hi there, it's Carrie from Stamp with CT. It is Wednesday, the 20th of July, y'all. Not even sure how it can possibly be the 20th, but it is. And I have Oliver with me this morning in the craft room, and I also have Dale.
Hello.
He is over there die cutting away.
So I'm the one making all the clopping sounds.
So if you hear extra noises, that would be why. Good morning. Hi, Judy. Glad to have you here with me this morning. So we are busy in the craft room, and actually if you could see my craft room, it looks like maybe a tornado came through. Truly does. And I'll tell you a little bit more about why that is as we get into the video, but just wait for a minute or so to let some people get their notifications. I'm glad you're watching. Thank you. And have Facebook let you know that we're live. And then, of course, I upload these videos to YouTube. So if you are over on YouTube, you can hit that subscribe button if you're watching the replay. Or if you're watching the replay on Facebook, please say hi. We love the replay crew. So we are having a heat wave in Texas. And I imagine a lot of you are also having some really high temperatures. So the weather report's going to remain the same probably for at least another month, isn't it, Dee?
Yep.
But we are going to craft, and that makes everything better. Well, let's get started because we've got a fun project for you today. Now, right away, I want to give a disclaimer. This is actually a project that some of you are going to receive. So if you participated in our paper share, we actually worked on the paper shares yesterday. We promised them by Saturday, and they are pretty much ready to go out. We just always include like a little note or card, and so that's what we're working on now, and that's what we're actually going to create on the video today. So disclaimer, if you want to be surprised when you open your packet, leave the video for right now and come back and watch the replay later, because these cards are going inside the packets with the paper share. And the paper is so gorgeous, and you guys are getting so much paper. It's awesome. I may think it's okay to show the paper share maybe at the end.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll give you a little sneak peek because we do our paper share a little bit differently. Don't let me forget, Dee, to show it. Okay, so we are making a project today, and we're talking about multiples because we had 8 people participate in the share. So we're making 8 cards that are not exactly the same, you know, because it is handmade. So a little bit of love goes in every card, and we don't get the placement exactly the same, but that's okay. We're talking about multiples and ways that you can make it easier to create multiple projects. And we're using some really cool products in the process. So first of all, we are using the Lights Aglow Designer Series paper. And I did get my swatch books in a couple days ago. So look at how pretty. Lots of foiling on this paper. And this is Cherry Cobbler, Evening Evergreen, and Soft Succulent, which for some reason I'm calling Soft Seafoam, but it is Soft Succulent. You've got a piece that's very vanilla and some basic white, and then of course the gold. So gorgeous. Oh, and the black. Almost forgot. There's a sheet that has the black, or a couple sheets. So gorgeous paper. This is what we're actually using in the after party on Saturday. This Saturday is the launch party of the new mini catalog or holiday catalog. So the deadline has passed as far as getting a make and take packet, but we still have openings if you wanted to just come and see everything. Saturday morning here at my home from 9 to 11 is the in-person. In my CT's Craft and Connect Facebook group, you can catch the virtual version of the launch party starting at 2 p.m. Then we do an after party from 7 to 10 on Zoom. And so, of course, the registration has passed for that, but it's so fun, and I'll share the projects next week. that we'll be creating in that. So lots going on. That's part of the reason why it looks like a tornado has come through my room. Now in the Sale-A-Bration catalog, I guess let me show the stamp set right quick. This is the Pansy Patch stamp set, and I'm pulling a cute little sentiment from it. And then in the Sale-A-Bration catalog, so most of you probably know, but just in case, or if you need a reminder, Sale-A-Bration Stampin' Up! Offers a promotion where you get a free gift with purchase when you place a $50 order or $100 order in $50 increments before tax and shipping. So one of the offerings at $100 level is called the Tree Lot dies. And these are just so adorable. You can see you get a lot of dies. And this cute little camper, you've probably seen it if you've been on Pinterest or Facebook at all, looking at crafting projects. This is all over because it is really, really popular. So let me show you in the little brochure. You have the Tree Lot dies with lots of samples. And then if you're like me, sometimes you miss things. There's actually a Trees for Sale stamp set from the mini catalog that coordinates with these dies. Totally missed that. And now they are not available right now. They're on back order. But I'm keeping my eye on that, and I'll let you know when they become available. So I thought I'd share a couple samples that I received in a swap with you. This is actually the stamps and the cute little sign that says Trees for Sale. So that is from the Trees for Sale stamp set. Awesome. And then here is a project that also combines another Sale-A-Bration item with the Woohoo stamp in it and with the little camper from the Tree Lots dies. Okay, one more disclaimer before I show you the project. So here's what we're making. If you are participating in the paper share, you'll be getting one of these included in your packet. It is just so cute, so fun. So let me show you what we do when we're making multiples, because Dale and I make multiples a lot. At one point when we were sending Happy Mail every month, we were making, about 65 cards a month.
Yep.
So we have some tips and tricks about that, don't we?
Yes, we do.
So here are our card bases. So I'm making 8 total. So I have 7 card bases cut. And then with the soft succulent, I also have the layers cut. So 7 more of the layers here. And then I've got, well, here's a couple more that were in the stack that I missed. So 7 of the layers. Then I've got the Designer Series paper already cut for all 7 of the projects that I need. And then this is going to be awesome to see. Dale is still die cutting for me, but he is cutting sets of trees and the campers and then the backing for the camper. So what I'm going to do is pull out just one of everything. I thought about making the other 7 with you, but I know y'all don't need to be watching Facebook Live all day, right?
You were telling me a trick about counting up the paper.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, so I have some little tricks, and you know, sometimes we think that things are kind of intuitive to people, and we're just different. We think differently. So one of the things that I do, I guess I don't really have a paper pack out right now, but one of the things that I do is, like, for example, I needed 8 card bases. And a lot of times people will start cutting card bases and they'll cut them. And then they'll count them. And then they'll cut some more and they'll count some more. So a trick that I use that really saves a lot of time is if I need, you know, let's say 40 card bases, and I know that I'm getting 2 out of each sheet of cardstock, then that means I need to pull out 20 sheets of cardstock. So I count the cardstock ahead of time, And then that way I don't have to keep counting. I pull out the cardstock, I know how many I'm gonna get out of it, and then I start cutting. So for layers, when you're doing 5 1/4 by 4 inches, you get 4 from a sheet. So then that means for that next layer, I would only need 10 sheets of soft succulent. So I hope that makes sense. But that really is, I've explained that to people, and what seems like a natural process to me, that just kind of blows their mind. So, you know, we share tips like that and we learn from each other, and that's part of what's so awesome about being a paper crafter, right? What?
Tell them what I do.
What do you do?
Where I cut the sets and then put the sets in a pattern so I can count the patterns.
Yeah, so when Dale is die cutting, like you can even tell here, he's got a system where he's putting these trees and he puts the campers together. So a lot of times we're die cutting, like we did 40 packets for the launch party. So you may have seen a picture that I posted of him and Oliver where he's got all his little sets lined out. And so that really does make it easier when we're packaging up, which is not something that probably a lot of you would be doing, but you know, sometimes at the holidays, sure, we need lots of projects. I'm going to make sure I'm getting the right trees here. I don't think I did. I think I need a little bit larger one. So I'm just gathering up the things that we need for this card. Because like I said, I'm doing it a little bit differently. I'm just going to make one with you. So we're going to go ahead and get all the supplies ready. Now, the way that Dale is cutting for me these little campers, I've got to come in and trim off this little piece off the camper. I want to make sure I don't cut into it, because we've got a little black base back there. And I think that I'm going to go ahead and adhere that on. That way I've got my wheels. I'm going to adhere that on first so that I don't lose that little piece of black. So when you are doing multiple projects, the really easiest part, I think, and the most efficient use of your time is to do each step all together. So, of course, we've done all the die cutting, or we're working on doing all the die cutting first. Then, what I would typically do is come in and fold all of the card bases. You're just faster if you do that same step over and over. And then I would come in and I would adhere all of the layers together. Now this B side of the paper is really cute. This would work for this card as well, but I love having the gold stars. I guess those are stars, aren't they? They're not snowflakes. There's another piece that has something that looks more like snowflakes. This paper is just phenomenal. You can't go wrong when a paper has foiling, right?
Shiny, you can't do it.
Now, Dale knows our favorite color is shiny. I'm just going to layer this on the front of our card. So again, if we were doing all 7 of the rest of the projects, I would do all of the card bases, fold them and burnish them. Have a nice stack of card bases, then I would move on to adhering layers together and go from there. Okay. Oops. Yeah, I put my camper over there. You were going to cut me a piece so that I would have black behind the windows, right, Dean?
No, they're cut at the top edge up there.
Oh,
Those
okay.
strips.
That's what those strips are? Let me work on that then. Now he's cutting me little pieces. Guess I better put the glue on this part. I didn't get my camper perfect. Are you surprised?
I'm shocked.
But you can see these little dies. Oh my goodness, they're so super cute. Love them. And these are free. That's even better, isn't it? With a $100 order, which is not hard to do, y'all. Okay, so next step, Dale has cut me 3 trees, and there's 3 different sizes of trees. So with one pass through the die cut machine, so again, saving some time, cutting these multiples, he's able to cut all of the trees and then all of the layers that look like snow. Isn't that fun? Wait till you see these put together. So I'm just using my silicone craft sheet and a sponge dauber to apply a little bit of glue. It's okay, baby. To that white layer. And that way, you can very quickly put that intricate piece on and not have glue everywhere. So that little tree is done. Then we will move on to our next one, and I probably need to put a little bit more glue out. It doesn't take much though when you're doing this process. And I just daub that on. Because you know, this Tombow is a strong adhesive. It doesn't take a lot. Just lining those up. They don't have to be perfect. And then I've got one more little tree. So just be sure you're careful as far as where you already have glue on your silicone craft sheet. But this makes it so much faster. Now you've got the other option of using the adhesive sheets when you're actually die cutting. But I love using this little trick. Okay, let me move that out of the way. So that's what I would do next, is work on all of my trees. So 7 times 3, gosh, I can't do math this morning. Now next I've got a lot of sentiment strips cut, so I need 7 more, but I went ahead and cut just a couple extras while I was cutting. You know, for attrition, I'm not the perfect stamper every time, so I wanted to make sure that I had a couple extras if I needed them. But we're going to think positive thoughts. And I'll ink up my little stamp. And see if I can get that stamped pretty straight. Y'all have a better vantage point than I do with my equipment up top. Yeah, let's try that one more time. I've got the lights and my phone up above recording, so I had a little bit of a disadvantage, but we'll get it done. I think this one's going to be better. Yes. So then I would come through and do all of my stamping at once and have a nice stack of sentiments so that I'm ready to put this card together. Now I put this medium-sized tree over on the right, and I brought it all the way down. That's not the right tree, is it? Come on, Carrie. Let's use the actual medium one. It's okay though. Didn't mess up yet. And then I took the big tree, put it over on the left. I didn't bring it quite all the way down, but it's towards the left side of that designer series paper. And then I can take this smaller tree and slide it underneath. So it looks like it's in the background. I'm just going to check my placement right quick and make sure that everything's going to work. That tree probably needs to come down a tiny bit, which when you're working with liquid glue, you can make that happen. So that's part of the reason why I love using the Tombow. So I have time to alter that just a bit. And now we're ready to add our little camper. Now while I'm putting some dimensionals on the back, wanted to tell you guys, a lot of times I've gotten comments that people know it's my video because they see my white Fitbit. Well, Fitbit gave up the ghost. So my sweet son-in-law James got me an Apple Watch just because, and I was so surprised and delighted to receive it in the mail. But I've got a new watch, y'all, and I'm learning how to use it. It's pretty fancy compared to what I had. I guess it's a smart watch, right?
Yes.
I don't know how smart the user is. That's the problem. All these devices are smarter than me, but oh, it's awesome. So if you have any tips and tricks on an Apple Watch, let me know. So I'm still learning. Okay, I think we're gonna put that guy right about there. Like I said, pretty close to the placement of my original card, but everyone is unique and a little bit different, and that's okay. Now we're gonna come in here to get a little piece of the bones. We like to call those edges, those borders of our dimensionals, the bones, and I learned that from my friend Rick Atkins. He just cracks me up. No, don't throw them away. When I first started crafting, I threw them away. I didn't even think about it. So talk about things not being intuitive to people. Why would you do that? But I sure did it. Threw them away. And those pieces are just as good as the actual dimensionals. And they're great for things like this where you're putting a long sentiment on. Let me see if I can do a better job of getting this lined up if I leave it up. It's probably a little bit too far up. I'll sit and futz with it once we're done with the video. I'll ever do that. It's just not quite right. Not quite where I want it. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So there's our adorable little camper card. We've got the wheels and what is that, Dale? Like the little hitch?
Yep.
And our pretty trees and our stars in the background. So what a sweet little card. So I hope that those that are going to receive this will love it. And I'll ask Dale, would you grab one of the paper shares so I can show kind of how we do it? What I find is a lot of demonstrators that do a paper share, they cut the paper down to 6 by 6. And I feel like that really limits your options. So like in this catalog, you really only have one paper pack that is a 6 by 6, and it's the Lights Aglow, what we use today. So I like cutting the paper to 6 by 12. So this is all of the paper that the people that participated, now get ready for a shiny alert because that is shiny. Everybody that participated is getting all of this designer series paper. So a quarter of every pack. And gosh, until we received this one, this Gingham Cottage, look at that, y'all. That is a huge paper pack. So all of this paper, and then the Lights Aglow, and then again, spoiler alert, we always like to pamper our customers, so we'll give a little sampling of Sale-A-Bration, And then we also like to include a free gift. And then we like to make the some type of little tag or card that we include with the paper. So that's how our paper share works. Just to let you know. Okay. Just wanting to make sure I don't set that down in any glue or anything, because I still have some more things to show you. Now, this is a card that I received from Mimi, our super sweet friend. Make sure I have it right side up. Betty Tucker. And a lot of you, trying to decide, Dale, can you make sure? Is that the way it goes? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so this is not a Stampin' Up! Product, but it's so cool. I've never
those the peaches?
seen it. Oh, yes, the paper. But I mean, as far as the dies, I think that she may have used dies. Who knows? She is just a card-making wizard. She does all kinds of projects. I've seen one recently that had like a pull on it. The way it was cut, you pulled it up. I think Jan Miller made a card like that too. But so pretty. And yes, it does use Stampin' Up! Paper, but as far as, I believe these are dies. I could be wrong. I'll have to ask Mimi. But look at how cool. And this card does tricks. Stands up too. So amazing. So wanted to definitely share with you this Happy Mail that Dale and I received. It's beautiful. And then we got a card from our awesome friend Flor from Arizona. Now this is not a handmade card, but it is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So thank you, Flor. I could be wrong. No, I don't think it is, but it's still just stunning. And I love getting cards in the mail, whether they're handmade or store-bought. Then we got just a very simple little thank you card. And this is from the wedding we went to, gosh, about a month ago, Dale, maybe 6 weeks ago. It was so much fun. We were so excited for the bride and groom. We had the best time. So this is just a very simple little note card. But part of the reason that this stood out to me is right now for Sale-A-Bration, one of the products that you can select with the $50 order, get it for free, is the silver and gold designer series paper. So you get silver sheets that have stripes and gold sheets that have, well, silver and gold dots and stripes. So it's really awesome paper, and this card made me think of the dots. And it is single-sided, so you could actually make little note cards from this designer series paper so easily. And you could stamp a greeting on there if you wanted to. You could put a little sentiment. Don't really even have to. Super cute. So that is actually going to be our giveaway today, is we're going to give away a little sampling of this paper. So 2 sheets of the gold foil dots and stripes and the silver foil dots and stripes. Isn't it cute? So this is also $50 purchase. You can choose a package of this 6x6 paper free. Now I do want to remind you again about the launch party on Saturday. If you're coming in person, I'm going to have a set of these tree lot dies as a giveaway. And if you join us in CT's Craft and Connect, I'm going to have a set of tree lot dies that we give away when someone leaves a comment. We'll do all this by random draw. I did not go and do the random drawing for the winner from last week's prize, last week's giveaway, which was a package of the iridescent rhinestones, which I love so much. I'll go do that, and I will post a comment and let the person know who won. Sorry about that. It's been kind of crazy around here. I went to a retreat last weekend, and I had so much fun with my crafty friends. I still haven't put my stuff up from that. And then I've got launch party coming. We are just super busy in this craft room, and I've got to get it cleaned up because I've got another little announcement to tell you. We will not have a traditional Facebook Live next week because Dale and I leave on vacation to Colorado Sunday. And we're so fortunate that our oldest grandson, Caleb, is going to be able to come and stay at the house and keep Oliver for us, so we know he'll be in good hands. But we're going to be in Colorado, so I'm not quite sure yet what we'll do. I may try to make a pre-recorded video for next Wednesday, or we may just pop in and say hello from Colorado and show you a little bit of the view from the house where we're staying with Tara and James. Who knows? We'll have something for you at 10 o'clock next Wednesday, though. We may just pop in and tell you how lovely it is to not be in, 106-degree heat?
Yes.
It's going to be crazy. So if there's something you would like to see, maybe just some of the scenery from Colorado, let us know. But that's where we will be next Wednesday. We need a little bit of time to relax and rejuvenate. School starts for Dale on the 4th. Teachers go back on the 4th of August, and then students that following week. So we're just going to take a little time away. But I'll have something posted next Wednesday at 10 for you. And so I hope that you'll join me then. And we will say goodbye for now from this crazy, messy craft room. And we sure do appreciate you watching. Be sure to leave a comment. I will probably just do, again, next week, a post telling you who the winner is for the giveaway of the silver and gold designer series paper. Talk to you soon. Thank you.